Reports of alleged beatings of people by the NDF have surfaced in Henties Bay. Joining us for more clarity is police spokesperson, Deputy Commissioner Kauna Shikwambi. Good evening, Commissioner. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening.
Is the police aware of some of these incidents and what exactly transpired?
Thank you for the opportunity to shed light on this matter. Franklin, I can confirm that we have registered one common assault incident which was reported at Henties Bay as by case number registered 23 of this month 2020. Now, it is alleged that on Monday, the 30th of March, allegedly the victim and his girlfriend were traveling at night. That was about 2300 hours when they came across the patrol team. So they were then stopped and requested to go home. But then in that process, allegedly a confrontation erupted, which then resulted to the assault. An investigation is launched, and we can only have certainty what has transpired upon the completion of the investigation.
In view of such incidents, what would you advise not only members of the public, or especially members of the public, when they find themselves in a situation like that?
Frankly, the nation must know and understand that the objectives of our operations remains that of enforcing law and order. And any form of brutality from law enforcers is really never encouraged. And that's why we also have made room for platforms that such allegations must be reported and then be investigated. My advice is perhaps pleading to members of the public to cooperate with the law enforcers on the ground. There is a serious threat that is facing the nation, and it's definitely not easy for us as law enforcers, nor for the government, and I believe also not for the public. But we can only win this if we seriously work together and then, of course, comply with the regulations from our government.
Commissioner Shikwambi, there are also reports of police and NDF forcing people out of their yards to do push-ups whenever they are spotted outside their homes. From what I can recall, what the Minister of Justice was saying is this is completely contrary to the guidelines, that this is actually allowed, that people can be outside the house.
We have not received formal report about that, and perhaps I can make use of this platform to request victims who feel violated to lay formal complaints. The current regulations demand that people stay at home. And I mean, if you are at home, you are within the confinement of your yard, I don't see why our officers will demand that you go inside the house and not stay within the yard. So we as law enforcement agencies are trying just to demand to say, please stay at home. There is a lot of news, however, circulating these days, and not all of it are true. So I want to encourage the public or anybody with more information perhaps in that regard to come forward so that we can establish the truth through the investigation.
Have you also perhaps established any truth behind a video circulating on social media of the police, NDF emptying and destroying containers with traditional beer?
Individually, I would say perhaps we have seen some of the videos circulating, but then one needs to understand that among the current regulations is the prohibition of selling of alcohol and social gatherings. Now, if you look at places where they are brewing and selling traditional beers or traditional brews, that is also in contravention of the current regulations. So, as law enforcers, we will definitely not hesitate to disperse such gatherings and of course dispose of such traditional beers, especially if people are found gathered and even using common glasses, which is hygienically is really not good at all.
Deputy Commissioner Kauna Shikwambi, thank you so much for joining us.